Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Geek-Stew, and today, guys, welcome back to another episode of Conspiracy Theories with Ike. That's right. And, yeah, happy Friday. Happy Friday. First Friday of February. Yeah, it's been an interesting February so far for folks in Indiana. A fun fact, we have a huge snowstorm, like, rolling in at the time I'm filming this, which is, like, Wednesday-ish. And yeah, it's crazy here. People are like clearing the shelves of everything. I had to go to Walmart yesterday just for a little tiny minute just to get a couple things. Like, I think I went and got like a 12-pack of Coke because we just went grocery shopping, but we forgot to grab like some soda or something to keep us, held over for a little bit. But yeah, it's not going to be fun, guys. It's not going to be fun. I'll keep you guys updated, maybe. Anyways, so happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a great week. Hope you guys' weekend is starting off great. And I hope this is going to make it just a little bit better because we have two great theories for you to start out with today. The two theories, of course, today are actually a little bit different than what we've been covering previously. These were not recommended to me. However, I think I did find another recommendation for maybe next week's theory. But quick reminder, if you want to see a theory or theories covered in a future episode, let me know in the comment section down below. I love hearing your recommendations, and I do prefer to do your recommendations rather than just do random theories, kind of like what I'm doing today. So if you do find some theories that you want covered, let me know, and I will cover them. Let's see. Is there anything else I need to tell you guys? I don't think so. I think that covers this. So let's jump into the theories today. We've got two, but first, let's talk about solipsism. So as I mentioned, and actually I forgot to say this, but thank you so much to Cicada1205 for the wonderful conspiracy theory iceberg. Thank you so much. I sometimes forget to do that in the intro, so I'm just going to insert it right here, right before we get into the theory. But this theory is on this iceberg, and actually all of the theories, except for maybe one or two, have been on this iceberg. So thank you so much to Cicada1205. Moving on, we're talking about solipsism. So solipsism, it's a word, right? It's spelled like this. Solipsism is a concept. It's a philosophical concept that basically only one's mind can be proven to exist. Basically, only my mind exists. And it's a very interesting concept. Now, this definitely has a little bit of a heavy definition, if you will, and there's not a whole lot of like pictures that can go with this, so I apologize if this is a little bit of an image-free episode because both of these are concepts rather than actual things. So solipsism basically says that knowledge of anything outside of one's mind is unsure. Basically, the world around us, other people's minds, cannot be known and may not exist outside of our own terms. So to kind of, I guess, explain a little bit what that means, because first and foremost, this has a heavy implication that only everything exists because of your mind. It's sort of like a cause and correlation. So basically, when you say, I believe in solipsism, you're basically saying that, the only thing that I know is true is what's in here, right? The only thing that I know is true is what's in my own mind. Nothing else is true. And if nothing else is true and nothing else can be proven, then you run into a very serious concept of what is real and is anything real. So it's sort of a weird, like, topsy-turvy concept because you could go as far to say that nothing outside of what I think and see or what I think that I see is real. There's also a concept that kind of works around with this that also says that maybe this sort of has a part to do with like simulation theory. I saw that on the Reddit that someone was like, solipsism kind of goes hand in hand with simulation theory because you can only verify what's inside of here. You can't verify what's in your friend's mind or what's in your girlfriend's mind or your boyfriend or your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle. You can't verify what's going on inside their minds. You can only verify what's going on inside of yours. You also cannot verify their existence, their mind's existence outside of what you know. So solipsism has a lot of heavy-handed like questioning of everything. So that's a fun thing to start off with. And really that's all there is to it. Now, I say that's all there is to it, but there are a ton of implications that you could draw from that. So feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But do I believe this is true? Not really. But there's also no way for me to know. Because if solipsism is true, and I can only verify the existence of my own mind and nothing else exists because of that, or nothing else is real because of that, then it's hard for me to prove that unless there was some outward or outside or third-party aspect that would provide me confirmation of that. But there's no way for me to know that. There is no way for me to confirm that. Therefore, I would say that while this may not be likely, there's really no way to know that it's not true. So take that with a grain of salt, and take that and do whatever you please with it. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below about solipsism. It's a hell of a concept, and I just woke up like an hour ago, so I'm reeling a little bit from having to think about that again. I did a script, but Jesus. Anyways, we're moving on to our next theory of pantheism. So I'm going to start pantheism off with a little bit of a TLDR. If you've never heard the phrase TLDR, that is a phrase that means too long, didn't read. Pantheism is a very complex phrase, or word, if you will. So the TLDR is that reality is identical to divinity. That's the short of it. Now, if I were to just leave you with that wording, I mean, there's a lot to, it's hard for anyone per se to say, okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, right? If I just say reality is identical to divinity, you're probably going to be very confused because you're not going to really understand what I'm saying. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense with no context, right? So to provide the context and sort of view my interpretation of this, because I want people to know this. Pantheism, it was a difficult one to research and to grasp. It's a very interesting concept, but it is very difficult to grasp. So if my version of this is not what you believe or how you interpret it, or if I interpret a part of this wrong, definitely feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, or let me know what you think. I think I've said this before with some of the other more hard to grasp concepts like God's ego death and God's last wish. So, I mean, yeah, take this with a grain of salt. So, pantheism is pretty much as follows. So, most religions, a lot of the Abrahamic religions, believe or think of God or their gods or respective entities as anthropomorphic or somehow related to a personal God, or in human terms, something that resembles a person or distinct entity. So when you think of God, you think of obviously this is an oversimplification of Christianity. This is just for example purposes. I'm not trying to offend anybody. But when you think of the Christian God, you think of somebody who is in heaven looking down on earth and saying, okay, I'm watching things that are happening, right? That's what you think of as a Christian God. That's an oversimplification of God, right? He's up there in heaven, he's in the clouds, he's looking down at us. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
That's what you think of. You think of God as a distinct entity. Maybe he looks human. Maybe he looks like the age-old depictions of God, right? The long beard and long hair. I don't know. There's no one knows what God looks like if he were to look human or anthropomorphic. But a lot of people tend to relate God to a more human perspective of he is embodied by something. And the same goes for pretty much most, I think it's most religions, I would say, have some form of embodiment, some form of anthropomorphic or personal God concept, that they look like something, they look like a person or some kind of entity. So pantheism, the way pantheism differs from the traditional view is actually kind of interesting. So basically pantheism says that the universe is conceived as a whole is God. So the universe as a whole is God. And conversely, that there is no God but the combined substance, forces, and laws that exist in our universe. So, pause, because I have to flip my page. You know, I could probably edit this out, but like, why would I do that? Why would I edit out the beautifulness of that? Okay. We're ready. So, basically, everything that exists in our universe is God. So God is everything, and everything is God. And that's actually a very important key to pantheism. That phrase, God is everything, and everything is God. Honestly, that's probably the most important phrase in pantheism, because this basically questions the concept of God being transcendent, right? So it typically, and like, again, I'm going to use Christianity because that's what I know best from my traumatic childhood.
Yikes.
Christianity says that God is a transcendent, omnipotent, omniscient, everything being who exists in a different plane of existence, and his primary purpose is to, watch us and watch over us, right? So that's what God is. God is transcendent. Most traditional Western concepts of God is that he is above and beyond our universe. So, sorry, my cat meowed and it scared me. I was like, what the hell? She's just outside. She wants in here, but she can't be in here while I'm filming. Anyways, so basically, God may be part of the universe, but traditionally he is seen as outside of our universe, rather than being inside or a part or within, if you will. He's considered above and beyond. With pantheism, it is to say that he is not transcendent of this world. So that's basically sort of an additional, definition to the concept of pantheism. But here are some of the implications of this. This may limit the reach of God, as God is not transcendent, and he may not be all powerful or able to interact with the world as he's basically one with it. And it's kind of hard to grasp that. So this is my interpretation, to kind of put it in layman's terms, because this was kind of a hard one for me to define in simple terms. But basically, here's what I think. If you believe in pantheism and you believe in the concept of pantheism, then you have to make some implications that God is not all powerful and God is not all knowing, he may be all knowing, and he even may be omnipotent, but he may not be all powerful. He may know everything and be everywhere at once, because he is the universe. He is the material that is around us. This laptop is God. This phone is God. This microphone is God. I am God. Like, we're all part of God as a whole. Everything is God, and God is everything, right? But that does limit his reach, because if he is everything and nothing at the same time, or if he is everything and everything is him, then he doesn't have that all-powerful vibe. He may know everything. He may have the very concept of being as his thoughts, but he can't interact the same way that a traditional God would, because in traditional religion, he is above and beyond. He is transcendent of this universe. However, in this concept, he is not transcendent. God is simply a part of our universe and is our universe, right? So it's a very hard concept to grasp, right? The concept that he can't really do anything because he's just there. So it's a very hard concept to grasp, because I'm gonna keep saying that, because there's a lot of stuff that you can draw from this. The everything is God and God is everything concept. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I know that was a lot, and I think it looks like that's almost 8 minutes of me talking about this. And I typically try and not go this long with concepts like this, because the longer you go and the longer you talk about concepts like this, sometimes the harder it is to fully grasp and fully to digest, right?
My God, are you still talking?
So I'm going to leave it there. I feel like that's a good stopping spot for pantheism. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. do you believe in pantheism? Is pantheism possible? I was gonna do like I can't really say this is possible or impossible because I have no idea. Personally, I'm not, kind of unsure of even what I personally believe as far as it comes with religion. So it's hard for me to say a hard yes or no. Does God exist as a transcendent being, or does God exist as an all-encompassing being as part of our universe? It's hard for me to make that distinction or make that choice, if you will, to believe that, because it's hard for me to even conceptualize that as a general rule. So yeah, it's interesting. It's a very interesting theory. Pantheism was a hard one, I'm not gonna lie. It was a fun one though, because it was really interesting to review. But let me know what you think in the concept sections, the comments section, Jesus Christ, and let me know what you think about this theory or solipsism. But we're gonna move into final thoughts right now. So final thoughts are here. Thank you so much for watching, and if you are watching this on Friday, thank you again. I was looking at my viewer analytics, and it was telling me when people watch my videos, and apparently Mondays are really popular for people to watch my videos. I was looking at the graph, and actually, I'll just put it up here. It has nothing personal on it. I was like, why are people watching my videos on Mondays? I was thinking about, man, maybe I should start doing these on Mondays, but that may be a change to come in the future, or maybe I'll start doing like Control-C on Monday or something. But yeah, so apparently people are watching my videos on Mondays. It's weird because I don't know, personally, when I watch YouTube videos, I tend to watch them around the weekend. Or I take that back. I watch YouTube videos throughout the week, but I watch more YouTube videos on the weekend. So personally, I guess it's just my personal thought process. I work a 40-hour job, so that's the best time for me to watch videos typically. So yeah, but anyways, monetization has been fun. I hope the ads haven't been too over encumbering. I tried not to include any unskippable ads. As far as I could tell, I got everything set up to skippable ads, but who knows? I don't know how YouTube works. Maybe they'll throw a couple in there for good measure. But I personally don't like non-skippable ads, so I tried not to add those, period, to the YouTube experience if I can. Let's see, but otherwise, I haven't heard much from my loving and adoring fans, so if anybody out there has any recommendations, again, please let me know in the comment section down below what you want to see in future episodes. I think I have another theory that someone recommended, but I didn't see it right away, so I had already worked this out. But maybe next week I'll do their theory, and if so, I'll plug them in that episode. But yeah, so it's been fun, good times. I'm trying to think if there's anything I need to tell you guys. I don't think... Oh, fun fact, I am moving soon. I'm actually moving to Florida. I will probably be able to do some different kind of videos down there. So I'm looking forward to that, actually. Looking forward to doing some different content and different thoughts and stuff there. So keep an eye out for that. That's not happening until April, and it's just now the beginning of February. So end of April, I'll be doing that. May take a little break to get that moving process done, but yeah, it should be fun. I'll let you guys know how that is, and I'll let you guys know in video terms when I'm moved and whatnot. Maybe I'll do a little vlog or something. I don't know. Do people still like vlogs? Who knows? And actually, that's what I wanted to say as my final thought here. If there's content that you want to see. Now, I know that I do a lot of conspiracy theory videos, and that's typically been what's been most popular, and that's great. I love doing conspiracy theory videos, but I want to know if there's anything else that people want to see. Are there other videos or other things that you want to see on this channel? What do you want to see from me? Do you want to know about my personal life? Do you want to know what I do outside of these YouTube videos? I tried to do it a little bit in the past, but I didn't have as much of a following as I do now. So it would be interesting to see what kind of videos you want to see out of me and what you want to see in future episodes, either this or other things. We plan on bringing back Control-C eventually. Just right now, Salsa, if you didn't know, he's doing good work. He actually started college back up, and college is such a difficult process. I graduated a few years ago, but yeah, it's a hard thing to do, especially when he started already, so he's going back So he's just been kind of busy with that. But we'll eventually get back to doing Control Overseas every week. Just right now, we've been doing just like conspiracy theory videos since it doesn't require his interaction per se. But yeah, so that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing. But I really want to know what you guys want to see in the future. What kind of videos, what kind of content, just generally speaking, do you want to see? And I think I'll leave it there because I'm just rambling, man. I'm a rambling man. So anyhow, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay awesome. We will see you in the next one. See ya.